Very good afternoon and welcome to the Science TV. This is the Sports City Show Extra. I'm Felix Makona and our sign language interpreter is Wanja Ngede. Today I will be a one-man army to take you through the sporting action over the weekend, starting with the World Championship that was held in Tokyo, Japan, and also we have the Berlin Marathon. Of course, you know, these competitions have been crucial and they have been so helpful to us as Kenyans. We managed to be the second on the final list or the final table, just below America, who had many medals. That is because they participate in many of the disciplines on the on-field. Okay, today our schedule, we will start with the Tokyo World Olympics. Then we also have the Berlin Marathon, whereby we had Kenyans winning gold, and we also have those that won the silver and bronze. Also, we will go deep into the Sportpesa Premier League, that is the formerly known as FKF Premier League, but now the major stakeholder, that is Sportpesa, came in and made sure that they are sponsoring the Kenyan football, and that's changing the name to Sportpesa Premier League. We had earlier games whereby Gor Mahia was beaten. We have Shabana, they won against Bomet FC. This all we will be discussing as we go on in the schedule. Also, we have the EPL. We saw Arsenal come back to draw against Manchester City yesterday. It was a good game, and it was also a terrifying game because Arsenal were losing in the up to the 90 minutes, but thanks to the extra added 7 minutes whereby Martinelli managed to help us Arsenal fans so that we can at least laugh again today. On Saturday, Chelsea also did a mistake. The goalkeeper had to intervene Mbeumo's ball, but now the tackle was so bad that he was booked with a red card, showing him that he need to be on the bench, and the Manchester United team managed to use the time to make sure that they score 2 goals, giving them advantage before Casemiro was red carded also in the dying minutes of the first half, and it had to be 2-1 in the final 90 minutes. Okay, after that, I think the show will be over, but now let's start with the Tokyo, that is the World Olympic Champions, whereby Kenya was the second after America, and we have our own guys or our own men and ladies who participated in the event, and the event was so nice that as Kenyans we are really proud to be among the top, knowing that only superpower, that is America, is ahead of us. So if even you compare the Britain nations, you compare Asia, you compare Australia, it means that Kenya, we are ahead in terms of athletics. Okay, maybe to just touch on the little details of the game, we had Emmanuel Wanyonyi. He won men's 800 meters. He won gold, finishing in 1 minute, 41 seconds and 86 milliseconds. We had on the ladies side, we had Faith Kipyegon winning women's 1500 meters. That is, she won gold. That is 3 minutes, 52 seconds and 15 milliseconds. We have Beatrice Chebet, who won women's 10,000 meters. That is gold. She finished in 30 minutes, 37 seconds and 61 milliseconds. We have Peris Jepchichir, who won the women's marathon. That is finishing in 2 hours, 24 minutes and 43 seconds. We had also Faith Cherotich, who finished women's 3,000 meters. That is steeplechase. This means you have a steeple, you give to your friend, and you make a band so that when you win, it is your band that wins. And Faith Cherotich managed to win this steeplechase. That is gold, finishing in 8 minutes, 51 seconds and 29 milliseconds. We have Lilian Odira, who won the women's 800 meters. That is gold, finishing in 1 minute, 54 seconds and 62 milliseconds. We add those who won bronze and silver. We must mention them because we are proud as Kenyan to mention them, especially here on Science TV. We have Nadia Batokleti, who won the women's 800, who won the women's 10,000 meters. That is, she won silver in 30 minutes, 38 seconds and 23 milliseconds. We have women's 10,000 meters. That is Gudaf Segei. She won bronze 30 minutes, 39 seconds and 65 milliseconds. We have Winfred Yavi. She won women's 800, women's 3,000 meters, that is silver, finishing in 8 minutes, 56 seconds and 46 milliseconds. We have Sembo Almayu. She won the 3,000 meters, that is bronze. When you finish I mean, silver you come second, then bronze you come third. So that is, she came third, winning bronze in 8 minutes, 58 seconds and 56 milliseconds. We have also the men's 1500 meters bronze, that is Reynold Cheriot, who won 1500 meters, winning bronze. That means he came third with 3 minutes, 34 seconds and 25 milliseconds. Of course, just to remind you, the gold medals, we had Emmanuel Wanyonyi, that is men 800 meters, Faith Kipyegon, that is women 1500 meters. We have Beatrice Chebet, she won women's 10,000 meters. We also have Beatrice Chebet, who also won women 5,000 meters. We also have Peres Jepchirchir, who won women's marathon, that is 2 hours, 24 minutes and 43 seconds. We have Faith Cherotich, who won women's 3,000 meters steeplechase, and we all Lilian Odira, just to mention them. Silver medals, we have Wilfred Yavi, then we have Nadia Batokleti. Bronze medalists, we had Reynold Cheriot and Sembo Almayu, not forgetting Gudaf Segei, who won the 10,000 meters. Also, I would like to congratulate the team for making us Kenya proud, knowing that we came third, not third, second on the table, just after America. That shows that in athletics we can do better, and that's where we are headed as a nation. Okay, away from the Tokyo Olympics, we have the Berlin Marathon that was held in Germany. You know, during the Second World War, Germany built the Berlin Wall, and this make me remember also in history. And Berlin Marathon was held in Germany. That was, it ended yesterday, and we had our Kenyans also participating in the same discipline, knowing that we already won in other disciplines. And this, we had Sebastian Sawe winning the gold medal, finishing first in 2 hours, 2 minutes and 16 seconds. We had Akira Akasaki of Japan. He came second, finishing 2 hours, 6 minutes and 15 seconds. We had Chimdesa Debele of Ethiopia winning in 2 hours, 6 minutes and 57 seconds. We had Rosemary Wanjiru. This is on the ladies' side from Kenya, winning 2 hours, 21 minutes and 5 seconds. That is, she won gold. Silver, we had Dera Dida from Ethiopia. She finished in 2 hours, 21 minutes and 8 seconds. Bronze, we had Azmera Gebru from Ethiopia. That is, he finished 2 hours and 21 seconds, 29 milliseconds. Also, this one is commendable list, because you know, Kenyans, we are also happy, not only representing in Tokyo, Japan, but also we are ruling. Remember this one, we are ruling also Germany, making them at least feel our impact now that we manage to take the lead and make sure that we are among the top, and we are so proud. Also, I want to look at all the Tokyo table, whereby Kenya was second. When you look at the table, United States had at least 39 gold medals, 41 silver and 33 bronze. China, not China, I think 2025. Kenya is the second also, knowing that United States, sorry, I had opened the wrong tab. Kenya, let's start with the first one first. Let me not be biased for today. United States came first with 16 gold medals, 5 silver and 5 bronze. Then they had total 26 medals. Kenya came second with 7 gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze, totaling to 11 medals. Then Canada came third with 3 gold, 1 silver and 1 bronze, totaling to 5. I'll read up to 5. Netherlands had 2 gold, 2 silver and 2 bronze, totaling to 6 in total medals. Then Botswana, here in Africa, it means Kenya is the first in Africa, and then Botswana is the second in Africa, because they had 2 gold, 0 silver and 1 bronze medal, totaling to 3 medals in that competition. And my special thanks to the team that participated in the competitions. We are so proud of you, and we really like your ambitions to make Kenya look great even to the first world countries that are already developed and are using the advantage to win the medals, and maybe they have a larger population that produces good athletes and good participators in these competitions. And we are so proud of Kenya having to come number 2. Okay, away from athletics, because of time, I would like to move direct to the home or terrestrial league here in Kenya, whereby 1 week ago, it was announced that Sportpesa will be financing the league, making sure that it is the major stake sponsor in this FKF Premier League, and it now changed to Sportpesa Premier League, whereby some of the details is that the winner will be given 15 million at the end of the season. That is a sponsorship from Sportpesa. Then the second one will win 3 million. The third one will win 2 million. That is according to reports. And then also, according to the contract that was signed, it seems that the money will keep on improving as we go on, because next season, if they manage to continue with the contract, or if there is no issue between the two parties, that is the FKF Premier League and the major stake sponsor, that is Sportpesa, then it will increase the funds given to the team or to the board to manage the teams. Okay. This week we had the opener, that is the round 1 of the Sportpesa Premier League, and on Friday, that is when it started, we saw KCB beating Tusker 2-0. Also on Saturday, the 20th, we saw Kariobangi Sharks drawing 0-0 to Bandari. We had AFC Leopards versus Sofapaka. It was a 1-1 draw. Shabana versus Bomet FC. It was 4-2 win for Shabana. Then Muranga Seal versus Ulinzi Stars. It was a 1-0 for Ulinzi Stars. Gor Mahia was stunned and beaten by Bidco United. Bidco Oilers, they have the oil money, so I think they invested well this season. And also today, there are some games that are played. Of course, let's start with that one of Shabana FC versus Bomet. See, we have Sofapaka versus AFC Leopards. Sofapaka started scoring in the 5th minute before Boniface Munyendo scored in the 22nd minutes for AFC Leopards, and it was a 1-1 draw. And this game was an opener for AFC Leopards, and it was the first time that their chairman, Boniface Ambani, was in charge of the club, but they managed to draw 1-1. I think it was a tense game because AFC Leopards were anticipating to win their first of this season's game to make sure that their momentum runs high, but unfortunately it was a draw of 1-1 against Sofapaka. So let's watch the highlights, AFC Leopards versus Sofapaka.
Mali inaletwa ndani. Goal! Wameanza mapema kabisa shughuli. Satala Jafari, fimbu na fimbu kutokea Kongo kule. Lazima Mkongomani akupigia densi. Liwalo. Mapema kabisa. Hakuna aliona nafasi iliyotengenezwa pale. Debi naileta ndani Aguero, huko anakuja goalkeeper. Ameiacha. Boniface Munyendo anasema walianza kusherehekea mapema. Shughuli bado haijaanza. Walitangulia tu, lakini bado hawajalewa chakari. Sasa walevi wenyewe wamefika kwenye shughuli. Wamefika gengeni sasa.
Away from AFC Leopards and Sofapaka, we had Gor Mahia losing to Bidco United. Gor Mahia this season, they have started on a low because last season it was they went on fighting to the last time when Kenya Police lifted the FKF Premier League title. But I think Gor Mahia this season, despite signing some of the players who shined in the CHAN competition, I think this one was just the start, but I think they need to pull up their socks because the performance of Gor Mahia, despite Bidco scoring through a penalty in the last minute, I think Gor Mahia had chances that they lost. Bidco had them, but not more than that of Gor Mahia, and I think Gor Mahia needed to reset again and make sure that the squad clicks together. They are having 3 points, the goal difference of 2. We have KCB coming seconds with 3 points, goal difference of 2. Then Bidco United come third with the goal difference of 1. They all have 3 points. Ulinzi Stars have 3 points. They are the fourth with goal difference of 1. AFC Leopards come 5th. Sofapaka 6th. Bandari 7. Then Kariobangi Sharks 8. Kakamega Homeboys 9 and Kenya Police are 10. Kenya Police are yet to play any of the games because they were participating in the CAF, whereby they managed to beat Mogadishu FC 3-0. So I think their game was postponed until they are fit to play again in this league. Tusker FC are last because they conceded 2 goals. Then we have Bomet FC also coming 17th and Muranga Seal coming 16th. Gor Mahia, who conceded 1, also are 15th, but this is just the start, and I think the table may turn anytime, any day. So that brings us to our first break, and I'm taking a short commercial break. When I come back, we are switching eyes to the English Premier League. The English Premier League, that is the most loved league in the world, starting with Chelsea and on Saturday. But let's talk about the recent game, that is Arsenal versus Manchester City. That was the last game yesterday, whereby I don't think how Arsenal managed not to score in the first half, because many of the tackles they made or many of the runs they made, it was leading to Manchester City goal. That forced even Pep Guardiola to make sure that he told his defenders to make sure that Arsenal don't pass there. He also made Donnarumma alert. Now that he was the longest in that squad, he made sure that all the corners that Arsenal had, he had to make sure that he interferes with the ball, not to land in any of the Arsenal's defenders' head. In this game, it was a tense game because Arsenal, for the first time, they managed to possess over 70% against Manchester City. I think Arsenal had the ball, had the control of the ball, but Manchester City managed to contain them very well, making sure that they had to take them to the 90 plus 3 minutes when Gabriel Martinelli managed to score a chip in. That was a nice goal for Gabriel Martinelli. And that 1-1, it was not a satisfaction to Arsenal fans, knowing that in this game, it was a win for Arsenal. Now that Erling Haaland managed to score in the 9th minute, they had to take the all other 80 minutes to score a goal, that is Arsenal. And one of the mistakes I think Mikel Arteta did is to start Mikel Merino in the midfield, and he left out Eze Eberechi on the bench. I think Eze Eberechi has a lot of creativity when compared to Merino, and when Eze Eberechi came in, he managed to assist Martinelli. That was a nice ball from the midfield to the striking line to make sure that Martinelli, when he runs, he overlapped the Manchester City defenders and managed to do a chip in to make sure that Donnarumma doesn't get the ball, and it was a goal. I think next time, Mikel Arteta, please start Martinelli and Eze. Of this game is that Chelsea made a mistake in the first half. In the 5th minute, Mbeumo had the ball. He was going to score. That is, we don't know if we could have scored, but goalkeeper Sanchez Robert managed to tackle him so badly that he kicked his legs after the ball was already past him, and he knew that Mbeumo, with that speed he had, he was going to score. So I think that was one for the team, but unluckily it went bad for Chelsea because he was red carded, and that red card he was booked with made the team to change the goalkeeper, bringing in the second goalkeeper, who then managed to concede 2 because Chelsea were down, and their tactical and their lineup changed because they had to sacrifice William Estaveo to make sure that they bring in the second goalkeeper, that was George Petrovic. And that change means that bringing Estaveo for Jorgensen, not George Petrovic, for Jorgensen meant that they had to change, even making sure that Pedro Neto had to be sacrificed to make sure that they bring in Tosin Adarabioyo to help in that defense line, because Estaveo also was subbed in for Jorgensen to make sure that the team was balanced. Luckily, also on the other side, or unlucky to Manchester United, Casemiro was also red carded in the dying minutes of the first half, and it was 10 each side for the two teams. And I think Manchester United had already taken the advantage, and Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro had scored in the 14th minute and 37th minute respectively. But after it was a 10-10 man in the second half, Chelsea managed to score through Trevor Chalobah in the 80 minutes, but they never managed to equalize or add another winning goal. That is Chelsea. But I think Enzo Maresca is a good coach, because after the post-match interview, he said that he better be a 10-man, he better be losing in the 5th minute than be a 10-man in the 5th minute. And that was, I felt that because as a football analyst, having less players on the field can cost a team a lot. In Derby, we had Ryan Gravenberch scoring in the 10th minute, and Ugo Ekitike scoring in the 29th minute. That was the first half, before Idrissa Gueye scored in the 58th minute to make sure that Everton were back in the game. But Liverpool managed to hold on the draw, despite on the win, despite the pressure from Everton. And that shows that this Merseyside derby means that it was an intense game, and just on my view, because today Mololo is not here, Liverpool this season have been winning luckily, or they have been favored to win, because I thought this game and the last game they played against, was it Burnley? It was supposed to be draw, especially that one against Burnley. Then this one against Everton, maybe Liverpool used the first minutes to make sure that they were leading, to make sure that Everton were still searching for the goals. But I think if Liverpool could have delayed using their chances in which Gravenberch and Ekitike scored, I think Everton could have equalized in the first half. So this game, to me, Liverpool won it luckily. But this Liverpool, even if you look at the standings, they are leading with 15 points, and the second one is Arsenal with 10 points. I think we need to have a fair football whereby the referees and the VAR don't favor Liverpool this season, because even last season Liverpool won it luckily. So I think pressure from Arsenal, Tottenham and Bournemouth will give Liverpool headache, and knowing that they have been having an easy run of fixtures, I think they need to be given hard fixtures, especially against Manchester City and Manchester United, to make sure that their temperature comes down, because this Liverpool, if it continues like this, they are going to give us headaches again. Where some were at home, that is Mateta. Mateta managed to score in the 37th minute. We have Tyrell Michel managed to score in the 68th minute, and Jarrod Bowen scored in the 49th minute for West Ham. I think when you look at the two sides, Crystal Palace were the favorites to win this game, and even if you look at the standings, Crystal Palace are 5th on the table with 9 points. They have managed to lose none of their games, but they have drawn 3. They have drawn 2 and winning 2, and that means their total tally comes to 9 points. They are just 1 point below Bournemouth, who are having 10 points. I think Crystal Palace will give Chelsea and Manchester United goosebumps, because their performance this season is started in the FA when they won against Manchester City, scored for Brentford. I think Fulham have just resurrected, and Brentford are continuing to sink, because this Brentford have been having inconsistent result since the end of last season, and now that they managed to sell most of their players, that is, we have Mbeumo, we also have Norgard joining Arsenal. I think the club needed to do something in the transfer market to make sure that they equalize or they balance the squad. But I think that is what is eating them slowly by slowly. Analysis brings us to the end of our session today. We will meet again on Saturday on the Sports City Show live, that is 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturday. I've been yours, Felix Makona. Our sign language interpreter has been Wanja Ngede. Super thanks to our producer Mary Nduko and George Odongo for taking us through the show. Continue watching Science TV, your home of sports analysis.